Alright guys, we are finally in. Hello. It's BZ up against Rookie, so let's just take a look and go straight into the game. So for the side of BZ we have actually Luca as a starter, and for the side of Rookies it is Ashu. Ashu showing us gimmick puppets. Already very interesting of a match. Rookie's certainly no stranger to off-meta decks. We know a couple of their members, such as Zoma, that play Dark Lords every now and then. So not quite familiar actually if Ashu played it before, but his turn one will be just the destroy with the 2 set cards. So we have a couple of the newer members on BZ as well, just like on Rookies. Yama, Ash, even Ashu I believe, or Aster, one of these two, as well as 872 and Siki. 872 actually player of the week for week number 2. I believe he did pop off with like an 8 and 2 stat line. But yeah, Luca on the other side with the PK combo of sending the cloak, adding the gloves, and you just need any other Dark Warrior at that point, and the Kagemucha Knight is the one to be there. We will be taking a look at the whole rosters for these two teams after this match. Need to organize a couple of the tabs there. Oh, make sure guys, the predictions are live, and probably don't want to miss on betting those jimmies. Okay, here's Livier. He also turned out to have the boots to have used as material for the Livier, but Livier was greeted by the Canaria, so no cloak back, which means no rank 3 because he also did have 2 back row to set rather than another extender. I'm not sure which extender you could have at that point. Like, I mean, could have opened a second Kagemucha, but that would have meant you'd make Livier without the boots. Okay, Destroy will be activating, which will grant 1 to 2 gimmick puppets from the hand. There are a couple extenders, such as the Magnet Doll that was just special summoned for gimmick puppets. There's Terror Baby as well. That's a normal summon though, so he will be normal summoning. Getting out the Destroy means a rank 4, which is usually... Oh man, I forgot the name. Well, we won't see it either way because the book will prevent that rank 4 from appearing once it resolves onto the Destroy. No rank 4 as of now, and currently no fodder for Jury Doll. Not like you would have room for Jury Doll anyway, but... Livier back to face up. Could try to special summon that cloak. Let's see. And now this time around it will be a floodgate that will wholeheartedly prevent that Livier from ever flipping back face up unless chain book. But I mean, If he topped the second book, that's okay. Will be just that. And the second back row. So once again, oh, he will be attacking. What will he be attacking though? Destroy has 2000 defense, and if you free up any other space, it will make room for a rank 8 due to the Dreary Doll, which will be special summoned. Although Luca probably confident, he's got the 2 back row, could just flip it face down, prevent any type of exceeds from appearing if need be. But here's number 40, strings. Still 2 back row. But finally Ashu got to that exceed. Strings counter. I just realized the strings counter is exactly strings' face. That took a while. Let's see if this attack will go through. Ooh, there's a TTH. Okay, so he will actually be destroying both of the gimmick puppet monsters, but that in turn will be special summoning the Canaria that was activated earlier on the second turn. Can use that to get rid of gloves, but not sure if getting rid of gloves is really the best way here. You do let your opponent thin out the deck, like you get the cloak here. Cloak can get you to another gloves perhaps, or boots. So let's see what it will be. How can Luca extend from this? There's now 2 back row on the other side from Ashu. Boots, but will be just a back row. And straight on to the end phase. So pretty much any normal summon here just gets you to a break sword favorably. But third back row is coming. Not very bueno. But top ancient cloak number 3. Boots as well is allowed to be special summoned. No book on the summon, but I believe there is one trap, and fortunately for Ashu, but unfortunately for Luca, that floodgate could be activating right now on that Boots if he does have it, or even just as small of a thing as a Canaria could prevent that exceeds from coming up. If he is to do it on the Boots, well, Cloak we know will at least live until the next turn thanks to its own effect. So here's the book, preventing that rank 3 from appearing, and here's the Cloak effect that will boost it up a bit to not be destroyed by Canaria. Canaria in fact cannot destroy any monster currently on the board. Dreary Doll still in the grave, still with a lot of fodder, but Ashu just keeps on drawing non-monster cards. Cloak back in attack will be actually crashing into Canaria unless there is a back row involved here. Getting rid of Canaria would mean getting rid of his only monsters, but there's the sword. Will not be in fact crashing and will be boosting 800, 1600. That's quite big. I don't think any main gimmick puppet monster can reach that. Not even Scissors Arms, but Scissor Arms can at least send that Bisque Doll. Thin out the deck a little more, but still 3 back rows to try to combat. Cloak effect, turn itself to defense, boost by 800 on both stat lines. Can just turn it back to attack, and that's 24. Double of Scissor Arms. But here's finally a book to get rid of that. And oh, actually sword stays on the field. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, but it's actually kind of bad for Luca. You don't really want that on the field right now. But second scissor arm stop deck. This could mean a rank 4, the rank 4 that steals 2 monsters perhaps. Let's see. Sends a magnet doll from the deck to the grave. I don't think you really want to make a spider here as well, but he will in fact do nothing. I mean, he is in the winning position, to be fair. He does have back row to sustain. But both of Luca's non-exceed monsters can be flipped face up, so there is still that possibility to make breakthrough here. Let's see if that is what Ashu wants. 2 books used, 1 Canaria used, and 1 Floodgate used. A couple more back row still remaining in the mix, but Bistol finally will be activating its effect to prevent targeting. So now, yeah, Gigantus doll, that was the one. Man, it looks ugly. But we'll be detaching. No chainable, seemingly inside. Both of the monsters will be flipped face up, since they were flipped back by Book of Moon. Level 8 onto those 2 monsters. Damn, wouldn't have ever seen PKs being used for a gimmick puppet. Well, strings will probably follow suit, unless actually the feed guy, number what, 15? I don't really know its name. But I think that could have triggered, right? On maybe not the face down, but regardless, Junk Puppet, another extender, could be special summoning a magnet doll, and that would be the 3rd strings or even Sanaphone. I'm not sure if they run that. Oh, here it is, the feed guy. Gianto Grinder. Let's go. Well, it does burn, so that could be lethal. I mean, it is kind of lethal because we didn't see any chainable, but it's impressive seeing this go like almost the full distance with that. Pretty interesting stuff there with gimmick puppets. Okay, let's check the teams actually. So, I know you're seeing a black screen right now, but for the side of BZ, we do have these members on their team. Sakura, the manager, and the owner, with Doctor actually playing today as being part of the roster, as also the coach for the team. And a couple, well, another OG member of theirs, Luca, playing right now up against, I believe what it is, a new member from Rookies. Let's check that. So actually Ashu is one of the newer members, as you can see highlighted there. So so far he's doing a pretty good job with getting the first win with gimmick puppets, no less. So let's go back to the game. He goes first once again, and does have a Terror Baby. Hello guys, hello. I see Mystic, I see Surly, see her bell. Wait, is chat working? I think it should be, right? Well, it doesn't really matter. 2 sets to end the turn on for Ashu. Oh, Ostinato though, coming from inside of Luca. The 1-card fusion summon spell. Always a good thing when these 1-card fusion cards actually fusion summon, because if you were to special summon but ignore the summoning requirements, you would be unable to special summon them from the graveyard. A couple of the newer fusion cards feel like they do that. We could, for example, check on with Nails Fusion, I believe, would be the most relevant example, where you would be unable to special summon it from the grave, since it wasn't. Wait, actually no, not Neos Fusion, because it still has this special summon is treated as a fusion summon, so it's actually not the case. Don't. Okay, I'm bugging, guys. But still, Bloom Prima, out of all the fusions to come onto the field with Sonata. Still, 2 monsters are in defense, and there are also 2 back rows. Shopina can retrieve that Sonata back, in which case, if the back row is to be not activatable, that could be game. Even without the need of a score. I mean, he kind of sent a score to the grave to potentially grab with Shopina if there was some sort of disruption. Oh, forgot to edit the scores, guys. Sorry. So Luca is down with 1. And Ashu up by 1. Ballista Squad, actually, to get rid of that Bloom Prima, will actually be preventing lethal more or less. Bloom Prima at least can add back that score. So thinking very far ahead, actually, and making sure that Bloom Prima does have a good target to add back to the hand, in which case will be the score. Destroy, summoning the Bisque Doll from the hand. I mean, I guess it's a better place for it to be in the graveyard rather than in hand. Gear Changer. Since there is no back row to interrupt, he can easily change itself to level 8. That's a rank 8, and that's actually a giant grinder because you can destroy both of those monsters. Shopina, well, it was played by the skill, but it still is counted as a special summon monster. Rank 8 will be the fit guy in defense. And that will be just it. So just one more back row to go through for the side of Luca. 5 cards in hand. We know there is just 1 score at the very least, so plenty of room to act with here. There is a face-up Melodious Monster. Two face downs and straight into battle, actually. So he will be trying to get rid of that giant grinder. Well, currently actually the Dreary Doll is stuck to the giant grinder, so I guess it doesn't matter in the end that it is stuck. I mean, that Sonata would have been destroyed next turn anyway. Dreary Doll in the grave. Lots of materials in the grave to be used as cost for jury doll. There's one. Are we going to see actually some advanced drawing? Scissor arms. Sends another copy of itself. Understandable. Still, that is a level 4 with a level 8 on the field, so unfortunately Asher has to end his turn. Back to Luca. CC actually, he did see that, I guess, no Chainable was there, so safely did it on his own turn while also sending another card. Here, I guess the best target would be level 4, but Asher was trying to get rid of his level 4s by, milling another copy of a level 4. Trying to get closer to those magnet dolls to be able to special summon a rank 8 Soprano, though finally is coming through, but the Book of Moon that was top deck last turn is here to stop it potentially. Will it be flipped face down? It will. No more skill activation since it was used on the second turn of the game for that lethal attempt through 2 back row. Can you say hi to my cousin? Yeah, hello, Jano's cousin. Hello. Okay. Ashu with 1 card in hand and 1 Dreary doll up against the 2 back rows. Is it a magnet doll? No. It is another face down card. I think Gimmick Puppet is finally out of steam. Let's see. Book of Moon once again, probably delaying the inevitable. Luca tops the Soprano, which can use the face down Soprano as a material for Bloom Prima, I believe. And actually no, not Bloom Prima. That one actually requires a Melodious Maestra, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's Karma card anyway. Oh, he even had 1 in hand. Like, oh wait, you cannot use from hand with Soprano. My bad. Nonetheless, this matchup was kind of doomed from the start. Shibata just completely annihilated the matchup rather for Gimmick Puppets. But still, very valiantly fought by Gimmick Puppets. So now the score is 1-all. Hello, Dark Side. Ashu back on the table. Currently waiting to see if the duel will be starting. I mean, it should be commencing pretty soon. Hope you guys will be enjoying this awesome day packed with a lot of Team Wars related action. If you check the upcoming matches channel inside of the Discord server that you have the invite on the screen, you can check a numerous amount of matches over the course of the morning of today and tomorrow. Ashu switching to Euro. Sakura. Wait, where's the dashboard? Okay. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. 26 months total, supporting Team Wars for over 2 years by now. And yeah, DLTW Dorime in the chat. Thank you once again. Your team is playing today, so good luck with that, rookies. Certainly a fearful opponent. Usually in the past few seasons, where both of you guys performed very great, it would be rare to see you guys being in the same division. But this time around, due to a subpar performance from rookies, it did end up with them ending up in the same division as BZ. So certainly two titans within Team Wars facing off against each other, with some new blood involved. 872 Player of the Week, Siki as well, a new member, and Ashu currently new member starting for rookies. Why is Yuto's team so good? This is the first time I'm hearing it. Man, that's so nice. Well, enough about Yuto. Let's see Luca's end board. So, just a classic solo, get soprano, Chopina, get soprano, and normal summon it for a fusion. Shuberta, obviously very good against graveyard based decks such as Phantom Knights. At the very least, because the Phantom Knights banish themselves as cost, you could discard a Phantom Knight, and well, if you discard something like a Boots, you are able to activate it in that instant and search the Fog Blade to potentially get rid of that Shuberta, as long as there is no Bukamoon involved to be chained to the Fog Blade onto the Shuberta. But Bukamoon will be activated nonetheless onto the Shuberta, so Ashu can play through his turn. There is one normal summon available, which is really important here against 3 back row. Let's see the turn. Kagemucha-nai though, probably not the best normal summon here. But still, that just leaves room for one more potential monster in the hand. But, ooh, that TTH though. Coming off early on to disrupt that rank 3 summon. Destroying the Ancient Cloak and the Kagemucha-nai. Cloak, however, can add the gloves. And keep in mind there still is a normal summon available, but will not be using that, since it would be the only level 3 monster on the field and you don't really want that to happen. Shuberta though, back to face up. Soprano once again. Can push for game now, or attempt to, but his own TTH will be coming through. Shuberta, well, will attempt to just banish whatever is left, including that TTH of his. Obviously, you always want to make a TTH live, or bluff that you could be running a second TTH. It's all about the mind games here. Second card drawn for Ashu, or rather the second card in hand, because we know one of them, that is gloves. Keep in mind he still has a skill to be activatable. Normal summon the gloves. This tells me he either has never mind. Would have assumed he would be having the Kagemucha or the Boots, but no such thing as that. First movement solo though. It was actually face down. The third soprano being used here will be grabbing most likely. Wait, can you target itself? No. So Chopina is the only legal target here. Well, I mean, it's whatever. Don't think you. I mean, you could run it for something, but here's solo at least. A level 4 can be used for fusion summon thanks to soprano. Can also just be another body on the board for beating down onto the gloves. Luca or even Ashu are both thinking maybe for the fusion summon, if it would be going through, and Ashu is like, should I book this? He's probably not going to Windows. I don't want a Windows update right now, thank you, but I have to refuse. Pick a time. Let's just do Friday 11th, I guess. Okay. Back to the game. So Luca, I would say he's probably not intending to fusion summon here, but Ashu still has to take that into account. Does he use a book here for the soprano? That is the question. No. And it did end up paying off, at very least for this current moment for Ashu. Or rather for both. Both players are to win from this exchange. Ashu has quite a couple of top decks now for a level 3 Dark Warrior. Gloves obviously will be adding the second one to the hand via Cloak. There's Gloves. Only 4 Dark Warriors used out of what could be 10 to 11. We know the usual ratios. And here's Boots. Finally could be seeing the first, or rather the second rank 3 of the game, of the match thus far. We did see Levier earlier, but kinda got Canaria then floodgated. Unfortunate. Still, very long delay once again. Luca will be letting that rank 3 go through. There's Breaksword. Targeting the last soprano here. All sopranos have been used. It's actually pretty bad, but rank 4 to be coming through. Spider will be not taking the risk with a Dark Rebellion here to play up against the score, so Malevolent Sin just removing the monster straight up is the better play here. We do know that one of the cards is Chopina in the hand, but you know, last one, who knows what it will be. Not like it matters much, but if there was a way to special summon that Chopina, cannot really go over that Malevolent Sin now without the help of a score. Malevolent Sin once again. Still, there is one more monster to try to get rid of for Ashu. Sword will be milled. Oh, the score was face down. Well, now Sword can just revive off that Break Sword, and this could be game right here. Luca, do you have anything? No. Ashu will be the one emerging victorious from this starting battle between him and Luca. Studio mode, let's go. Words. Wait, I actually think I have this image saved, don't I? Let me open this. I need to rename. I'm gonna show something just for later. Okay, we got it. So in the meantime, we have quite a couple of games going down right in this moment. In fact, 3 that have started at 8 a.m. EST. You can check all of them out in the live matches channel. Actually 4. Well, either way, Doctor will be the next player, the coach of the team, coming up to deal with Ashu before he gets even more fed up with wins. Hopefully not the case, but we do want an equal game between two very good teams. But Ashu straight up 3 back row. Doctor on 25 cards. Oh, on 20 cards. What could this be? As a matter of fact, let's take a look at BZ's past match reports. BZ up against Pharaohs. Doctor was spotted playing 2 Destiny draw decks. One of them Lunalight and the other Ritual Beast. So one of these 2 could be expected. And it is in fact Lunalight, as Chichomelo highlighted. Fusing for 2. Just 2. That's a little unfortunate. The very least you have the fusion, but oof. And there's also Fox in the grave, but I haven't seen a delay actually, which makes this very curious. Sets a monster here. Could that be like 2 TTH face down and another dead card, let's say, like a main deck sword trap rather? While Rabbit at least will for sure force back row now. But what do you revive? I think you would actually love to keep that Fox in the grave to prevent anything that would happen to your dancer. Fox does prevent more. Does prevent the target effect for more than just one Lunalight. So he will in fact keep the Fox in the grave, playing around like 1 TTH effect that could happen in this instant. But you do have sufficient materials either way for the big girl, the Saber Dancer. So let's see if that will be coming through. Book of Moon. Used onto Rabbit before the Rabbit bounce effect. One could leave this through, but one could try to also activate the effect of Fox in the grave to get more back row out of it. Two back row left, but Fox at least takes care of one of them. That targets one Luna line. Finally, Lunar Light Fusion will be activated, so now we could be seeing just the Saber Dancer to be summoned onto the field, getting pretty much rid of most, if not all, of the back row that Phantom Knights could be running. And honestly, it's kind of hard to find an out for that in the extra deck, that is. Yeah, I cannot think of any out from rank 3 to rank 4. X, no, nothing. Forbidden Lance, however, will be activated onto the Martin if you do not have another Lunalight here. You would negate that with Fox, but oh, it fizzles. He still wants to keep the Fox in the grave. And even then, Ashu still is in a bad position. Gloves, dumping cloak, search the missing piece, either gloves or boots. Let's see. Normal summons the cloak, so he does have a rank 3 at his disposal. So, will anything be happening? What rank 3 would you go into here? I do suppose it would be Break Sword. Getting rid of the rabbit here, since it would be the only Lunalight face down. Still, you know there is no Lunalight monster in the hand, so you could be expecting to see a couple of hand traps, perhaps. Dark Rebellion, getting half of the attack there. That is 2500 total in damage. It will always be 2500 in damage. So triggering Destiny Draw here would probably not be ideal. So attacking into Martin will be the best choice that Asher has at his disposal. Doctor does have a Martin in the grave. But only that. Just a Martin in the grave, switching the Cat Dancer to defense, clearly indicating he has no play. Cloak can just add something like gloves. Just any missing piece for the Phantom Knights, summonings, and rank 3s. Here's gloves. And Kagemucha in the hand to extend further. 3 back row. Do go into Break Sword here. Even if you negate, I mean, you have 3 back row, you surely can somehow bait it, right? I mean, even if you don't, you still have the Break Sword for the next turn, but you just are giving one more turn to your opponent. Still with the amount of... Oh, there's DTH finally. Well, it would have just ended in the same outcome, but Sword as well will be another fold in the grave thanks to it being destroyed. And now there's 2 attacks. One is for game. Sphere Kariba right off the top actually. So these 2 cards most likely once again other hand traps. No! The timer! The timer! He was in the winning position, Ashu. Even if he had to use another hand trap. But then what do you de-draw into? It had to be Rabbit. And just for a rank 4 against 1 back row? Oh man. That's sad. Well, one way or another, Doctor did his job in trying to counter the deck. And made rookies out to switch. So let's see what's next from their side. No Necros yet. I don't even know if we've ever seen Necros in Team Wars, actually. Haven't really watched a lot of games though. But maybe it's in the meta-analysis somewhere. Curious seeing actually magnets dropping off a whole lot from earlier in the season compared to later. Early in the season, it goes like Harpies, Gaia, magnets. And then like week 4, it just drops so much in representation, like 80% actually. And then later on goes to become like the 9th most played deck within Team Wars, above just Dynamist. I don't think that's a good standard, but overall though, in the first 5 weeks it was played without mirrors a grand total of 201 times. To put things into perspective, Phantom Knights in these 2-3 weeks that they have been available have been played 20 times more, so 223-ish times. A curious stat line, but finally from the side of rookies we do have Yama coming through. Let's see what he can show us. Bonds. An interesting thing to note, I've seen mostly Japanese players running, never mind, Grit. I was gonna say like Wasteland Trimids, but I haven't seen Trimids in a hot minute. So Witchcrafter, keep in mind it is the post ban list, so we do have what could be a couple of Neos fusions maybe added in the mix, or what could also be from the new box, Metamorphose fusion. Metamorphose, your boys, yours truly favorite archetype. So I'm very excited to see Metamorphose fusion being played in Witchcrafters, because Metamorphose in Duel Links fucking suck. I don't regret saying that. And well, currently it's just the usual setup with going into Ver in your opponent's main phase. There is the guaranteed father of collaboration in the hand, and what could be a Patronus on the field as well. Doctor though, starting with the very good combo of Bird dropping Martin getting access to the fusion, and well, with 6 cards that could be Luna Lights in hand and field, there's no way you don't just go for the Cat Dancer here. Bird getting that float as well. Patronus, and here's the play. So Shmira surely will be going into Ver here, and Ver will most likely negate this current board as it stands. Ver onto the field. Prismatic, by the way. That looks so sick. I wish you guys could see it. But here's end phase actually, without even well, we wouldn't really attempt to try to bait out the negate for Ver, but Shmira milling 1, most likely the masterpiece, having that that Genie access perhaps. Pitori for a Dark World Dealings effect. Grab one, pitch one. Jenny, speaking of her, will be going for a second Witchcrafter monster. So here, if he does have a spell in hand, he could try to get rid of that Martin. Well, he does have one either way thanks to Patronus, correct? Yeah. Does have Patronus effect. Yeah, it is great. Patronus, here's the boost, thanks to Ver. Well, in fact, be attacking twice. Ver, in fact, will be negating the battle protection of the Fox, and we'll have plenty of fodder for next turn with Holiday, number 1 and number 2, Collaboration, and Unveiling. So even a Saber Dancer, it has to have like over 4,000 attack for it to do any kind of damage. Or actually, wait. You Fox the Shmira. Shmira gains 4,000. Yeah, you would have to have like 5 Beast Warriors. Well, and you have a lot of them already. Oh, Patronus, never mind. Well, now you need 5. You need now like so much fucking attack. I cannot really count. Oh, rank 4. It just occurred to me. Man, I forgot how Luna Light plays. I forgot how this really burning deck plays. Now you just like make Malevolent Sin, or even Diamond Direwolf, I don't know. Oh, he just ends. Well, I guess you don't really want to bait out the negate that carelessly. We do also have to consider the amount of hand traps that could be possible in the hand. Doctor could be opting to de-draw for the missing piece, such as the Luna Light Fusion. Big man thing onto the collaboration though. We are in the battle phase. That Vittoria will be able to attack twice, and thanks to the Verboost revealing 1, 2 only. Wouldn't it have been a little better though if oh, never mind. Forgot you can just attack with Shmira there and preserve your second Vittoria attack for it to be the direct one, but opting not to swing. If he did this same play with collaboration onto Shmira, this could have been 1,000 points more of damage. But, you know, not to backseat or anything. Certainly don't want to do that when I barely even know how much credits and Luna Lights work at the moment. Like, I don't know. I'm washed up as a caster. This is actually my first game back to Team Wars. When they needed him the most, he vanished. and he never came back. The end. Tanky number 2, searching for the Martin. Rabbit, thankfully, going for the bird here. Very good, very good. Martin, finally getting out that Luna Light fusion that he has been searching for the past turn. Rabbit as well gonna return that Patronus. Still though, there's quite a lot of spells in Yama's hand to try to go for, and he won't be getting rid of that Ver anytime soon. I mean, even if Ver boosted defense. Never mind, it actually boosts defense. I'm so bad at casting. Good morning, Lo-Fi. Well, actually, 2 rank 4s, 2 level 4s in the field can bait out Ver here. So as long as there is a fox involved, but he will not go for it. So this tells me he does not have the sufficient materials for a fox even. Man, imagine how many hand traps he must have in hand right now. Bird float, most likely grabbing one of the banished Martins. And well, I mean, do you really want to do that? That Pitor is gonna have like so much attack. 1, 2 only, huh? He could have crashed if he didn't discard initially, and now he loses grit. Not ideal at all. Second Ver though. This could make room for rank 8, such as the Feet guy or Heliopolis. Either of those two could be used to great extent here. Will be the big dragon. Chibining just itself, actually. Well, we do know his hand is pretty much full of spells, so he can always get Ver back. Raigeki Wen. He kinda used Raigeki Break here. Kinda. Shmira effect, you basically discarded one spell. The Raigeki Break that was set on the field was basically Ver. And like Heliopolis, it's the same thing, pretty much. It's like a free resource from the extra deck. Still, that board is still very scary. Patron is now in the grave, but Rabbit Loop still in play. And now, surely he can go for a rank 4. Surely. No. Well, he is to be protected by the amount of hand traps that Dr. Shirley has in the hand. Sakura. Let's see another small delay, but most likely from Ver. Ver 1 MST. 2, 3, 4 spells. And that's game. Actually, just one handshot. What the hell were those 2 cards from Doctor? Oh man. Can't really figure that out. Okay, Doctor must switch decks now, and Yama. You know, pretty good stuff there. Oh, I think now on the bottom actually. If you're a Doctor, you're coming in with the counterpick of Lunalight. Did work, kinda, thanks to, you know, the timeout from Ashu, but your second deck. Last week we have seen Destiny draw Luna, no Luna, well, we did see Lunalight also, but Ritual Beast was played by Doctor. So let's wait and see until Doctor comes in. Any Doctors in our chat? Is my game bugged? No, stop popping up. Nah, it's not a shadow duel. A lot of talking, maybe from the side of BZ. There is no possibility to repeat in this instance. So Doctor should run with his second deck. Let me check from a week prior. From a week prior he did have Ritual Beast once again with the repeat. Okay, Doctor finally back. Let's check it out. Well, history doesn't tell you everything, because we are seeing Doctor on, I believe, one of the more feared decks of his, of Melodious, most likely. He did use them to a great extent last season. Just the first movement solo for now. Here's Sonata. And he also has the Soprano. Could very well opt for that turn 1 Shibata, or I guess with the possibility of recurring his Soprano next turn if Chopina is to live. Shows that he does have 2 back rows, so no fear of score in hand. I just realized, guys, I don't have a filter for my microphone. Let me try to fix that. Do I still have my settings saved somewhere? I'm pretty sure I do, but I really don't remember where. Okay, I actually do have them saved. In the meantime, Shmira floating into Ver. Okay, finally I think I managed to do the filters. In the meantime, not much has happened actually. I see Ver negating Shibata using Volcanic Wall, and second Shibata. Well, I think that's very awful for Yama to deal with. Even banishing just all 3 spells from the grave. Ooh. Straight into battle we head, and no delay from the Ver, but we know there is grit in action. So he will thankfully live, but he had to discard Volcanic Wall out of all things. That's just... it's a big oof. And that's also on top of having to deal with 1 face down card as well. Holiday though. At the very least getting Ver back. At the very least. I'm sorry. Not really. But like, what else would you have? You have a said monster. Wall of 1 attack. But that Holiday you cannot get back to hand. That Ver. Even if she negates, like, Shibata just... you can just gain attack again. It's over. Doctor takes this dub. And I think we are back to an even scoreline. Now I kind of have to make sure that this source is present in all my scenes, so you're probably gonna... wait, actually... oh... It applies everywhere. That's so goated. Okay. I love to see that. Either way, Doctor. Still on the table. Still, staying winning. Yama just switched to his or her second deck. Let's see what we have in store. Hopefully this isn't a glitch scenario. That would be pretty not nice. I think it is. Let's check the duel log. If there's any player with 0 life points. Yeah, Yama's on 0 life points. Don't mind this. Blah blah. Always happens. Okay. I actually think they did also switch places, so Doctor on the bottom now. Oh, again? Really? I was like suspecting, huh? Maybe it won't happen again, but like the delay was just long enough for it to have been probably happening again, and it did happen. Oh my god. Okay. Now we are for sure in. We know that much. And Yama's going first. 20 cards with My Valentine. Let's see. RP Perfumer coming onto the field. If this is just gonna be the slash set 1 or set 2 pass, that's sadly not going to be much enough. Are we going to see something? Going for the Cyber Slash. Hello gaming with your boy. I mean, Doctor has just one set spell trap to deal with at this point in time. Starting with Ostinato though, certainly huge. But I think this game is a little over for Yama, sadly. But oh, even the Sonata. I mean, at this point, just add the score to and that's it. Like, oh, that's on top of having Chopina and Sonata. Like, lethal with just those two alone. Like, even through one book, for example. To have the score in an instance like that. Alright, let's see. Schuberta. Let's go. Oh, it's Chopina. Okay. Oh, let's go Chopina. I guess it's yeah, it's way better to attack with Chopina here. Since you could just use Schuberta to then banish the Cyber Slash while gaining attack. That is if Yama does not activate his set spell trap. You try to, or rather attempt to bounce. And that's a very long delay. It's Lance, out of all things. And it's not used, or is it used in the... It wasn't used in the damage step, I'm fairly sure, so... Cyber Slash would not be... Okay, it was used in the damage step. But I don't know what to think, but he had the score anyway, so just... Damn, he got sacked. Oh well. It is what it is if you are Yama here. He fought bravely, but Doctor... He do be coming through for this dub. We have quite a few players remaining from the side of rookies. Such as the very experienced players of Shinya and Ryosuke, for example. Both of them having played actually in last week, gathering 2 and 3 wins each. HeyZZy was the only other person to have gathered any wins with 3 himself, but they did lose to Duel Links Latam. I actually remember that match because I refereed it, and it was K exiled from down 8-6, just grabbing the last 4 wins. Against like no very easy decks as well, like Dynamist and Abyss Actor, for example. But in a winning scenario, to shed some light onto what rookies can do, Shinya did manage to get 4 wins out of the 10 total against Sun Clan with Phantom Knight, so that could be one of the decks we are expecting him to bring to the table. If not, well, maybe Ryosuke coming through. In week 3 he used Melodious and he grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. Yeah, 6 wins with a repeated Melodious. Still lost though. Man, that's really sad. All of their losses so far have been so close. Like, it makes you wonder. On the wins that they got, first one being against Smoke and Duel Links, 10 and 4. Decisive, you know? The second one, rookies up against Sun Clan, 10 and 6. Somewhat decisive. But the losses are 8-10, 8-10, and 8-9. Or rather, 9-10. So, certainly very close, and so far, in this match alone, it has been extremely close. But nonetheless, Shinya will be the one coming to the table with what could be Battle Knight or Buster Blader, who knows. We will definitely get to know this turn. That's first turn. Will be the former, pitching gloves from the hand. Mind Cloak. Cloak will get to add any of the missing pieces. You have the Gloves once again. Takemucha or the boots as the extender. Clavier. Yes, you detach the boots since you cannot really activate gloves. Grab that cloak bad boy. And with this play, well, 2 cards, you end on 2 monsters and 1 fuckblade. That is pretty good. All the other 2 cards in hand were to back row as well, so I think it's going to be a little hard for Doctor and his Melodious to play through this. Let's see. Ostinato definitely needed here. I didn't want to jinx it for Shinya, but sorry. I mean, it's a prismatic, it's bound to be glued to Doctor's hand. But that's a fat riff for Shinya, depending on his back row or his lack of back row thereof. Let's see. Then Score and Motora, that's actually pretty interesting. Also for the Bloom Diva. Damn, the music changed. I mean, this trumpet is nice, but like I just heard Yudo's theme today and like for the first time, and it's just too good, man. Mozart to actually special summon the Chopina that is stuck in hand here. Help me, Step Doctor, I'm stuck in the hand, says Chopina, after using Mozart's effect. We're also going to see him grabbing what could be most likely Score, yep. So he is intending to actually go for a lethal play this turn, I'm pretty sure. But still, 3 sets of traps, one of them Fog Blade, like, I don't know, man. Get you into a good position, and this is like the best your board can be at, but let's not forget cards like TTH, cards like Fogblade that we know is on the field. Cards pretty hard for Melodious to deal with going second. Fogblade onto the Chopina. This probably indicates the lack of a Score, of a TTH rather. Well, this setting 2 also indicates the lack of a Score, but that's second part. How many times was, I don't know, man. Like, I only think his first game we saw solo, something like that. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know, but. That's true, they're very important, and getting rid of 1 Necrofusion, that's very good. Your PKs in the grave could be safe. And they are safe indeed, because there was no Necrofusion to open up this turn. Cloak, get Cloak in, get the gloves. And well, thanks to this gloves, we could be getting a 3k monster. I don't think it matters much, but let's not forget there is one. Floodgate here. That's huge. That's really huge. What does Shinya still have in the grave? Nothing, as far as PK monsters are concerned. So Doctor here could just stall. That Chopina, yeah, it's negated. Doctor, it's negated. Sir, you cannot get back that Chopina, but with Bloom Diva here, you can very easily stall. And well, you're guaranteed for like 1 turn at the very least. Since you do need 2 monsters to exceed with, so. And well, back to Doctor's turn. Now should draw something a little more playable. Stop trying to add, man. That's a couple of wasted seconds on the timer. Well, Sakura top deck certainly very good to help here. Will it warrant a response though? I mean, if you do let this resolve, it's pretty much game over for Shinya here. Yeah, you do have one Sorting Grave, but that's not gonna help much. Oh, and he goes for the second Bloom Diva. I'm really hoping we're not gonna be seeing stall. Never mind. Econ take, by the way. What year is this? 2022? March the 5th? Well, if there's a level 3 in hand, I'm sure that that's probably game over. Somehow, some way. Rank 3 will be the Break Sword. We have plenty of swords in the grave. Book of Moon as well. Damn. Doctor tried. He tried to go for a more stally approach without going for what could have been Shuberta. He took the risk and sadly he got Econ took. Oh man. Should be the game over here. Plenty of, well, there's just this fog blade here that can be used to, or even yeah, Gloves effect adding 1000 more. Well, that's a GG for Shinya doing his job as the counter pick. Score is 4-4. Very even thus far. We have been like, I don't think we have seen or rather we have been in a situation where either of the two teams was in the lead with more than 2 points. There was always just 1 point separating the two teams, as well as many ties. I almost say ties. Oh my god. Okay then. Shinya is still on the table, but someone new from BZ has to come through for them. Someone joined the room, and it will be Kisara. Gold icon versus gold icon. Let's go. Yami-Yugi. Let's check it out. He is going first as well. 20 cards. Pass. No way. Okay, dude. He's probably running like... I don't want to take guesses, but whenever a 20 deck... a 20 card deck passes, you just assume he has some hand traps in hand, like... Granted. Thunder Knights have a really hard time OTKing. Even without any hand traps in hand, so... Does have the pretty good starting combo featuring any 2 level 3 Dark Warriors, one of which being Cloak or Gloves. And on this very good board of Livier, Cloak, and the Fog Blade on the field. Fog Blade as well being continuous. Can bypass effects such as Fox, Luna Life Fox. This music is so sick, man. Okay, switching the Cloak. I mean, you don't really want to give your opponent Destiny Draw, but seemingly no delay. So he started taking the risk here, and it paid off. Luna Life Fusion, though. Do we have a book, perhaps, for Shinya to utilize for his own Livier? He does have one. I will keep in mind there was no hand trap in hand, so this could still be the 3 material Saber Dancer. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3. I feel free. Martin, Butterfly Martin, so he could get out a second fusion. And well, it's slightly above the threshold of a boosted Dark Rebellion by the Gloves. Like literally just outside, 100 off. So he would need something like a sword in addition. This is where you could perhaps make a... not actually a Dante, but maybe just push for game a little closer with the Nightmare Shard, maybe? If he does have it. Or just, you know, pass on the 2 monsters that you would have by the end of the turn. Break Sword, pretty good floater, all things considered. Pass on the set Gloves. So not willing currently to go towards the sword to try to get over that that Saber Dancer. For all we know, he could have it set like the last card that was just set previously. He just, you know, obviously needs 1 turn to activate it. Battle phase for Kisara. With each and every passing turn, the possibility of Kisara having a hand trap increases. So Shinya has to act pretty soon. Gloves can thin the deck out a little more. So far, one of each PK minus the Cloak has been used once. No set of Kagemucha just yet. We'll be sending off that third cloak. And getting gloves once again. This time passing. Interesting game plan from Shinya. Not wanting to really commit to making an exceed. That could mean the death of him. Sending a fox, sending a bird. I mean, there are 2 Martins in the grave, but still no sight of a hand trap or any other extending play from Kisara. Just the one Lunalight fusion that is known. Okay, CC. Enemy controller. -2 to make space on the board. No one summon gloves. With the boots, but do you have another level 3? That's the question. No, but it will be break sword. Going for a 3k attack. Surely that's sword face down. No, but well, now there's 2 more face down, so surely should be 2 swords, but now the issue is presented at hand. Crimson Fox. What do you do against that, Shinya? Turns your attack to 0, that is game. Just straight on. But if your break sword is to live by, you know, flipping itself face down, perhaps, and you start going over it by battle, well, now we are talking, because you now have what could be a 3.5k attack, Dark Rebellion. And if you do have that sword, you can actually get over that Saber Dancer. Purple Butterfly. Normal summon. Will surely be using Yellow Martin here to return it to hand and then boost its attack. So much so, Sword won't be able to touch it. Book onto his own break sword. So now the plan with what could have been the sword has failed. For this turn at least. We'll be going for the Crimson Fox, the Cat Dancer actually. Interesting to know that he did send Purple Butterfly in hand. Since, you know, the attack boost is no longer really needed. And it still has to find a way to stop this very attack. Else Saber Dancer will just make it so it is game. Fog Blade though. Oh, well, now it becomes a question of wanting to swing into that face down break sword to give the 2 level 4s on the field. And no, Kisara won't swing. Still makes room for Shinya to just use break sword's effect. Showing itself and the Cat Dancer. Still very concerned about the hand traps here from the side of Kisara. Rebellion gaining the gloves addition. Straight into battle. Here we go. Ah, Sphere Revo. Well, that was the attempt. That was the last ditch attempt to try to get rid of that Saber Dancer. This was the only way. And here's the Crimson Fox as well. Second Martin in the grave can activate here. Get another material. Oh, even a fusion. Why not? Just get that second Saber Dancer on the field. Why not? Start showing us how potent Lunalights can really be against Phantom Knights. Summon the Saber Dancer and it's over. Summon two of them and it's... I mean... Can Shinya just forbid his second deck? Like... We're just seeing the attack to 0. Still, Oddblade, I actually missed that. Oddblade was still in the graveyard. This means that nothing. This means that nothing. Closing the grave. What can even mill at this point? I think the last card is a Boots, if I recall correctly. Which one of them is already in the grave? Oh. Oh, you can mill gloves itself. That's... Huh. That's pretty cool. But, yeah. Shinya committing seppuku like an honorable samurai and finally really making Kisara work for it, but in the end it was in Kisara's favor. We'll be waiting for Shinya's second deck to be coming through. Big Schleppen on that waiting pack. Shinya back onto the table. Can finally witness his second deck. And he will be actually, look at that guys, he's playing with Shark. Looking at the mats and sleeves of both players, and I'm realizing like Konami, they didn't put the 2020 on the above mat from Shinya. Like they thought the pandemic was over and this was a one-time event. Nah, dude. The way it's going, like I'm hoping WCS is hosted this year. I think it's been a far longer time, but this year thus far, I think it's looking even better. But they just have to find the right location for it. ASC negating the Tenki, or not negating, just fizzling in NTG terms. Still. Bird into Modern. Wow. You open Bird and Modern without the need of a tank. Okay. Kisara is just built different. Still one more back row to try to deal through, but I'm just concerned about Shinya's turn 1. Like, how bad was it really for you to just set one monster pass? That's besides the 2 back row. I mean, And I think the game is just over now with Saber Dancer coming onto the field. Unfortunately, Shinya's both decks counter very well by the one deck of Luna Knight. So this should give a lot of momentum to BZ. Finally, most likely getting over that 1 point difference between the two teams. Buzzsaw at the very least one card starter, but I mean you still have an untargetable guy to deal with, so sadly just not enough. Nothing much to keep track of. Spider Shark 20, I think it's 2600 though. That's the issue. He just has barely enough attack to overcome that that attack deficit. Sakura also has that advantage of just drawing into hand traps at this point. Like, even if there is some way to out this Saber Dancer, it's just still, there's still so much more left in the tank for Kisara. We saw Shinya just last game, desperate attempt to try to boost over the Saber Dancer, and they just fell to one top deck Sphere Kuribo. And there's a surrender. So finally we do see the 2-point difference within the match for the first time. Kisara building on the foundation that that Doctor left. Obviously Luca probably, I mean, he did get one win. Like, starters is like a 50-50 on the deck, on the deciding deck and whatnot. From the first counter onwards is when it gets spicy. Alright then, we immediately have Ryosuke coming down to the table. Let's see what Ryosuke has to show us. Jesse Anderson, my favorite character. Not really. I actually don't even know if he sounds like that. But here's grid. Here's 24 cards. We have seen Witchcrafter with this exact deck composition, including the skill, from them. But it is Kisara's first turn. Emerald Bird, send the Martin, why not? Get that really awesome 2-card combo composed of 6 cards total. Or rather, 2 cards, but you know, you can basically have like 5 copies of Martin and 4 copies of Bird. Like a 2-card combo between 4 copies of a card and 5 copies of a card. Unless, of course, you start with double tanky, then you just cry. But here's Witchcrafter being used once again to try to counter, since you know, it was sent into a Lunalight after all. Used to try to just get close, all that ever closer to the difference between the points. One spawn hand at the very least. Did he click no on unveiling? Oh, wait. Huh? I looked away for it once. I'm not even gonna look back on the log. Here's Bird again. Tiger King. It's gonna force out a negate, an instant negate. Tiger King still should be using its effect to detach the Martin at the very least. Couple of other games have started again. Sorry for the lack of casting, guys. I was trying to deal with something. A lot of other games have started, but I gotta be also responsible for those at some point in time. Okay, a lot of stuff has happened. I can see Tiger King managing to bait out a second negate. And now we have another rank 4. Which will be the Malevolent Sin. This could be just game on the board. And... okay. Lunalight Fusion as well. He will make sure that it will for sure be game. Let's see, any set from Ryosuke that could potentially deal with this? Such as an Unveiling. Like, I'm pretty sure an Unveiling could be used to block off the last attack, but it's not the case. Ryosuke. This is now 7-4 in favor of BZ. And this was your counter deck, so we could be having a repeat at any time soon. Who knows? Okay. Repeat number 1, first one of the match being used right now. Witchcrafters versus Lunalites. One more time. Let's get this. Not much happened, guys. It was just a Pittori effect. Discarding once again Storm. This just tells me he's got like no Witchcrafter or no Witchcrafter spell in hand, and that's exactly the case here. He probably has like a Patronus to try to get a spell, but at that point it's kind of just an empty Ver, maybe. Where you just discard that search spell to get into Ver. And that play could work just up against a Fox. Cat Dancer, sorry. But still, man. Burn into Martin. For 3rd or 4th time in a row. For Kisara. It's just built different. Purple Butterfly for the boost there to get another level 4 on the board. That's actually an interesting play. I think just going, yeah, for Tiger King, I guess. Forcefully trying to force that Shmira. Here's Patronus. Shuffling the Pittori, grab a Holiday in this case, and can opt for that Ver. Still, Ver as a result will be negated, unless he has another spell, but it's most likely the case that he does not. Still, it is big enough to wall off, and he will actually not use the effect, which is fine. I mean, here you could perhaps send another spell to grab off with the... or not. That's also fine. You get a spell either way thanks to Shmira's Banish in combination with Patronus. Intends to boost over this guy. Then, okay, he reveals MST, so he will be using that onto the face down tanky. And now I think it's actually a pretty good position for Ryosuke. There are 2 cards in the hand, a Collaboration and a Holiday, that are Witchcrafter spells. Ooh, pass. Okay, Kisara, probably he's going to show us some hand traps. He could, for example, attack with Pittori once. Kisara will probably let that attack go through. And Ver could potentially boost herself up a couple more. No delay. Masterpiece. Okay. Ryosuke just styling now. Going for... okay, not for exact lethal. I thought he was gonna go for Jenny just for the exact lethal, but man, Kisara. He really had nothing, did he? Repeat paid off. Still, that is just the first deck from Kisara. We could be feasting our eyes very soon on the second one as well. Okay, we do see Ritual Beast from the side of Kisara. MSD onto the Floodgate, oof. That's a good hit, but just another set from the side of Ryosuke. And here's that second Ritual Beast monster. Padofen forcefully trying to get rid of that. Oh, Unveiling, interesting. We special summoning the Ver. Now it's gonna be a little harder to get over this. Ulti Cannahawk. Special summon, search a card. Grid is turned off as well for Ryosuke. The ulti apply, I believe he was 2300, so he cannot die in just one hit. One unaffected hit, that is. Getting the regular Pelly here. Padofen will attempt to bounce. Will Ver negate? Yes, she will. Discard the Holiday. And that's both uses of Padofen Gunzo. But it is just little with Malevolent Sin anyway. Ritual Beast really good at playing through this kind of stuff. Let's go. So just like that, in a very short amount of time compared to earlier within the match, we have come to the last player from Rookies, which is, I think, one of the newer additions, Aster. Not quite entirely sure, but let's check the team's graphics once again, guys. On the side of Rookies, no, he did play previously, but shout out to Darkness for these graphics. The team roster from Rookies. There's Murachi as the owner. Inotomo. Enjoy our dream. Shine to the future. Rookies, I believe a baseball team in Japan or something like that. From what was speculated. And on the other side, from BZ, here's Sakura as the proud owner of BZ, alongside Doctor as the coach, who has played today and did go on to have a pretty good scoreline in a pretty crucial point within the match, as the very first counter pick. Other more notable members maybe on this lineup, actually not very many to think of. I think only Dahyun is the only one who is not Chinese. Previously fielding Dark Ragno and I believe another member that were from outside of China. But yeah, finally Aster is onto the table. And he will be leading off with Harpies. Although this opener is very reminiscent of the one that I believe it was Yama that did it. He was on Witchcrafter and Harpy pair, if I recall correctly. And he too has ended on this exact same board. The Cyber Slash bounce, however, if timed correctly, could be used to devastate Richobi. So let's see how this one pans out. Elder and Hawk is pretty much a given for your opener against a board like this. I'm actually curious. Well, he is on the Destiny Draw build most likely, and in past KC Cups when Ritual Beasts got to gold, they did run Destiny Draw alongside cards like Lightning Vortex. Wyndham, warranting an immediate response. It's a floodgate even. Necro Valley. So that's just game on board currently, unless there is a hand trap involved from Kisara, but I don't think it's looking very likely. Let us see. Nothing at all. So Kisara finally defeated making it a little more close is Aster. And it's now down to one of the two rookies for BZ to try to take this game for them. It could be Siki, which has had a couple of pretty good performances within Team Wars. Let me actually check one of them. A notable 3-2 first counter pick against Duel Links Latam, and a very notable week 3 game against Smoke on Duel Links as the starter, getting 5 wins in total. As for the other member, 872, well, he or she is the player of the week for week 2. So just a week before that, he just came in after the first loss against Tier Baguette, and he just destroyed every single deck with Melodious. 10 wins in a row. Not quite the 10-0, but very close. Very close to it. So let's see. It's actually Siki who will be coming down for us. And seemingly could be a deck like Phantom Knights. That's a really sick sleeve. Okay, Channeler, finally, for the very first time I believe in this entire match. This is the very first channel we are seeing. And to top it all off, for the same amount of Harpies as we have seen, we will be seeing the same amount of Channelers. 1 card starter. And here's the +1. Let's see what Aster is able to end on here. Does have the Oracle. Can add back that Featheress. 2 sets. More than happy with that if you're Aster. So let's go back to Siki for a moment. MST on the floodgate. Good hit. Ooh, Kagemucha Knife to be activated as well on the normal sound of gloves. Any immediate response from Aster perhaps? Not very immediate as of now. Anything more though? Aster, do you have anything to offer to us to try to disrupt this? What could be like a break sword? Try to get rid of the slash here. Could warrant some back response, but Lance will be the card activated here. Lance making sure that the break sword just returns to the extra deck and no float is ensured. Gloves though, at the very least can mill something, but seemingly no way for Siki to put something on the board immediately. His best bet here is to just send that gloves or the boots directly and grab that fog blade to try to stall. Poke. And that's gonna be it. So 2 set cards. Perfumer here can add 2. One of which could very well be a Harpy's Hunting Ground to try to get rid of what could be left of Siki's back row. Harpy's Hunting Ground. Man, imagine if we had something like a Tornado Dragon in Duel Links. I expected a staple rank 4 to come with the last selection box, you know, for it to be more worth. Something like an Honor Arc perhaps, something like a Tornado Dragon, but the one rank 4 that did come was what? The Magispectre Paladin. Obviously not bad for Dynamite, but or rather Ignis, I don't even know. But the only card I know that is like busted is the Synchro. Too bad it's not gonna see any play in Duel Links. Let's go into Cyber Slash number 2, getting rid of the other card, which is a sword. Oh my god. With absolutely no cards in the grave to revive. That's just gonna be it, guys. Aster making it very close. instant repeat for Siki to utilize. So Phantom Knight number 2. Let's see how this one pans out. So Siki this time around going first. Can have a way better time to set up here. Gloves, getting the cloak in the grave, cloak, getting whatever is missing. Let's see. In this instance, you really hope you opened another monster other than that gloves, but seemingly it is the case with the boots special summon. Gonna go for that turn 1 Levier most likely. Very good turn 1 play here. Nets you off with a pretty nice negate for their channeler. Obviously, since it works like a finish chain, starting with a card like Harpy's Hunting Ground, targeting the Fog Blade, and Sticky responding with the Fog Blade in response, channel will still be able to activate, but there are still 2 more spells or traps on the field for Aster to worry about, so let's see how this pans out. HSG to be activated. So hopefully we do get to see the channeler if Aster wants to stand the chance, and we will. 1 out of 3 chance. Never mind, MST gonna be making that Harpy's Hunting Ground fizzle. Oh, Jerry. So that channeler actually went through. Kind of weird, actually, that it went through. He used MST to get rid of the Harpy's Hunting Ground that was targeting his leftmost card. I'm pretty sure that could be the Fog Blade. Oh, Saw's Nest even. Let's check it out. So here comes the Synchro. Feather Rest can easily draw the 3 here, while still assuring that you have the search in the end phase from Harpist. You really gotta draw into some good back row though. 1 that was present. 2 drawn. sword. Oh my god. That's a fat crash. Oh my god. Levier in attack, equipped with a sword. It's sufficient to match Cyber Slash. Oh, how is Aster going to live? He really needs some books here to survive. Can Sword revive anything? Pretty sure it cannot. Levier. Grabbing either one of the two actually doesn't matter. Whichever one he takes. Breaksword will revive nonetheless the cloak and the gloves. Unless he tries to Aster, that is, tries to deny this rank 3 from happening. Rank 3 actually will be happening. Breaksword, will it be on like summon for Aster? It will be on summon. Fair, fair. And then an additional set card. Olivier, 1800 to the face. But Aster still has the follow-up in his hand. We know he surged a Perfumer, thanks to the Harpist effect from the previous turn. So let's see how this turn plays out. No, they have only 7 losses, BZ. That means their 4th player has only 1 deck remaining. If it is to be 8-8, then BZ is on the last player. Rookies are on the last player actually, from the 2 teams. Harpist Hunting Ground there, destroying the book that was chained to the Perfumer. So if there would have been any chance for any Ego display, now that is it. Harvest Hunting Ground was the addition from the Oracle that was special summoned by the Soul's Nest earlier. Either way. So, Feather Rest, still in the grave. Ego Rest in the hand. But at the very least, one more set. Let's see what Siki is intending to do. Gloves gonna be milling the cloak. And gets rid of 1 floodgate. Interesting that Aster chose not to activate that floodgate. Was he gonna activate it now perhaps on the summoning of those 2 monsters? But Malevolent Zen is resolving. And that's a direct attack. Floodgate not activated there. That would have certainly saved Aster from this lethal on this turn. I'm really hoping it wasn't an issue of toggling off there. But we just have to wait and see. Currently waiting for Aster to switch to his last deck. And he will do that shortly as he just left the table. So, match point for BZ. Overall, Kisara and Doctor did some of the heavy lifting, getting 7 wins between each of the two, mostly with the Luna Lights. So, perhaps reading Rookies' interest into Phantom Knights and even Harpies, and making sure to have something in the back for those two decks specifically. Alright, we are good to go now. What could be the last match? It will turn to be a Euro mirror. Good thing about this is, you know, you get to hear the Euro music no matter which side you're on. The bad thing is, Siki is going first. The bad thing for Rookies, of course, because they are the ones who are in the disadvantage in the match currently, and Siki did manage to start with a combo once again. Could turn out to be pretty hard to deal with this. Let's see what Aster has to offer. For all we know, he could also be running something like a Draw Sense low level Buster Dragon, Buster Blader deck. That a lot of people have been on and have been playing exactly on Euro thanks to Phantom Knights. CC will be the blind CC onto the middle set. Just check it out. The book could have been used there to stop a potential combo, so that's a good hit no matter which way you look at it. 4 more cards to work with. Normal summoning the cloak. Break Sword successfully going through with the summon. Immediate Fog Blade. Still detach. That's the cloak in the grave now. Oh my god. Book of Moon. Chaining onto its own effect will make it not negated by the Fog Blade and will be able to get rid of the sword. This way, he does get to go for the cloak and the boots. This just turned out to be a lot more interesting. Do you go for the malevolence in here actually? He has yet to use his skill. No, but he will be opting for the Dark Rebellion. Well, now the music is ruined. Still, let's get to add the boots. Oh, detach. Or rather, detach both. What am I talking about? Either way, he still ends on with a 3400 dude. And has a fog blade set, so it's good for Aster either way, but surely he has to have some other disruption, and he does have another set card. What does Levier have attached? It is a gloves. So he does have a level 3 either way that he could use to go for a rank 3. Let's see how this turn plays out. Ooh, boost from the hand. So not even necessary for the sword in the grave to trigger just yet. Break sword onto the field. Detach the cloak here. Planning to destroy the fog blade and the Dark Rebellion, but this surely will be greeted by the fog blade of his own from Master. Negating that, but Siki still has a couple of plays accessible to his side. He has not normal summoned yet. That's something worth pointing out. And he does have a sword in the grave. So with this cloak effect, you get to add gloves here. You get to revive a gloves from the grave thanks to the sword. And this sets you up for another rank 3. Could be another break sword. And there you could do some things, but it all depends on what Aster still has left in the back. Will he be able to stop this? Does he have any trap? No. Break sword number 2 this time with a 3000 attack, but enemy controller will be used most likely to steal that one, and that surely will be ending Aster's turn. Now Aster is in the difficult position here. That fog blade is still on the field and only one gloves left to work with, so he has to rely on a pretty good top deck here of a level 3. Search gloves, no summon, and the boots. There's the extender that you really want. Nightmare Shark. Poor game. Oh my god. This is why you run that Nightmare Shark. You think you could ever pierce through 2 break swords and floats and all of that? Nah. Just Nightmare Shark away, and that does put Aster on 3. So now it's all down to 872. 872. Notable rookie from BZ. Notes from rookies. Shout out to rookie from past iterations of the rookies team. But yeah, he is a player of the week. So we are expecting some things from him. And we will be actually seeing Shizu. This already kind of tells us which deck he's playing, but let's see if his opener is just as good. 20 cards to work with. At 1-2. What is this? Pass. Oh no. Step 3 as well. A lot of back row from the side of Aster. Like oh my god. Imagine. Okay, there is the CC to start off the turn with for 872. Opting not to activate it in the previous turn. Which turned out to be okay, I guess, because of Aster basically eliminating 1000 of his own life points for that CC and getting rid of a book this way with that MST. Wild Hope. Only 2 more cards to work with. One of them is Eccentric. And he will actually activate its effect to get rid of the last of the other pendulum scale, sorry. Wild Hope can add the Madonna here. Madonna obviously can search herself for the other pendulum scale. Could be another Wild Hope here that we will be seeing. Or the Comedian. Put this guy. I mean, it's a high scale that you can use without the need of a Wild Hope effect. So here's Pendulum summon. Gonna be summoning back that Wild Hope and a Superstar from the hand. That's gonna be huge. Wild Hope here. Effect. I don't even know what it does. Sure, you can get some attack. 100 attack, in fact. Crazy. But probably should have activated Superstar first, if I'm being honest. Well then. Wild Hope sadly cannot search another card again, so that will be the end for 872's turn. Seemingly he will be remaining at 872 kill count because Aster is not giving up anytime soon. He is making this very close, winning a very crucial PK mirror to be in this position and starting with a TTH in this instance. It was all a guessing game on the spell and trap disruption. But Aster doesn't have it as well. Doesn't have the cards either, but he does have more set spells or traps. However, 872 has Pendulum Summons at his disposal, so Aster, he has to activate any Swallow Charge removal that he has. And keep in mind, we are still in the standby phase. Here it is. A CC activated for the Mellow Madonna. No more search and no more scale for you. Pops a Wild Hope either way for a low scale. Granted, it also could have acted as a high scale. Superstar back onto the field. Finally, its effect will activate. This guy, Abyss Script, Rise of the Abyss King, that is, only targets face-ups. So in this instance, you want to trigger that Wild Hope effect for the additional normal summon. So that you get over that said monster and hopefully attack with Superstar for a game. Let's see if Aster will let that happen. We've only seen one book so far. 872. Hoping, well, most likely it's not something like an MST. It does afford the search. Steel Tombs, by the way, has not been used yet. Not like I think it can, either way. I think it could now. Has to be 1000 life points lower than your opponent, if I recall correctly. Or 1500, I really don't know. But Satsuruki will be trying to attack, but Sword effect will be used to mitigate its battle destruction and can even float back into that boots if need be. So we do get to live one more turn, but for how long? We could be having game on our hands if we have gloves. And we do have gloves. Well, like even making Breaksword there was game, but Nightmare Shark just as good of a game here. Well, actually, yeah, no, it was game. 9-9 though. It's getting very close for comfort for BZ. Aster, keep in mind, is 4-1. It's getting very close. And BZ opted for another repeat. So we will be seeing once again Abyss Actors versus Phantom Knights. So let's hope, just go straight into it. Let's waste no more time. And let's see who decides, who takes this war. Will it be 872 turned 873, or Aster with a legendary 5-1 comeback? He is going first. This could be one of the steps to give BZ their first loss in a game as close as it can be. Rookies will definitely enjoy this win. A 2-4 already puts you on the brink of perhaps missing playoffs. So Aster making sure that will not happen today. Let's go. Levier getting back that cloak. Acquisition, switch to defense for additional boost. Get the Fog Blade this way thanks to the boots. And you still have 2 more cards to work with. Back to 872. It did open quite a few back row removal in the first game. We have seen both MSC and CC. You would usually prefer more copies of CC thanks to the skill, even though that could put your Madonna searches in a more awkward position. But within a competitive environment like Team Wars, obviously you want to make your life points even lower to hopefully trigger that Steel Tombs. Yes, Sir Bell, it did start almost 3 hours ago. First 4 games, I believe, took 1 hour, but since then, like around Kisara's time when he joined, from like 5-4, 6-4, 7-4, 7-5, 8-5, those were a little more fast. Shinya and Ryosuke couldn't quite make it through, but Aster certainly set up for success here. Superstar used as store material. Destroying Fogblade. I'm not quite sure if Fogblade was the intended hit here, which is what makes it all the worse. Three cards to work with. Could special summon the superstar back via a pension summon, but if the other card is something like a back removal, that does not happen. Necro Valley, when going second, certainly will not help much, and you just have 2 cards left to work with, and you already said 1. That means no pension summon, no getting back the superstar, and trying to destroy some face-up cards. Back to Aster. Will be pretty hard, admittedly, to play through that Necro Valley, unless the set card is something like an MST or a CC. However, Levier doesn't really care about the Necro Valley. That means an additional level 3 for a rank 3 summon, which puts you in a position to destroy that with Breaksword. And at this point, it's just game. Get back to level 3's turned, level 4's, and get that Malevolence in action for game. Aster, the last member being sent at 8 and 5. Sent at 8 and 5. And he turned this whole war around in Rookies' favor. If he doesn't get a huge prize for that from Rookies, I don't know what will. Even if this fails somehow through a random Sphere Karibo, Aster is still so far ahead. So far ahead. I mean, not even a Karibo will stop this. Let's be real. Completed the comeback. 5 and 1. Aster. It just wasn't meant to be for BZ. We will probably not be receiving an interview because it is very late in Japan right now. So yeah, let's just pay out the gym winners, like her bill there. 1400. He's just gonna double his amount. Let's go. But yeah, that was a comeback for ages there. 5 and 1 against an undefeated team, being put against counter on top of counter, because BT did save both of their repeats for this very last player, and it just wasn't meant to be. I will just be leaving you with Rookies as a team roster here while we find another game to spectate. Let's see. Which other games do we have live right now? We could do one that started just now, actually. But I think I will give you guys Duel Links Taiwan versus X Factors, casted by your boy, the Diatonic. So I will be heading off now. I will be hosting that very soon. And thank you once again, everyone, for coming by. And yeah, have fun checking out that 7 and 6 currently match. Yeah. Thank you also to Tonamel for sponsoring Team Wars.